we start. Hi everyone, I'm John. This is my partner, my dad Mark, and we are a very happiest podcast. A day, an exciting day, and we had a business called John Clinton Socks, and our John Clinton Socks mission is spread happiness.
So it's the Spreading Happiness podcast
Yes.
by two guys that have a company that has a mission to spread happiness.
Yes.
I see the connection.
Yes.
And you're John?
I'm John, and I am his son, and he's Mark. He's the father.
Right. And you notice everything is named after John.
Yes.
You're the one who had the idea to start John's Crazy Socks.
Yes.
And you came up with the name.
I got my name.
And when, yes.
I don't know what thing to ask you for.
What?
I'm a cute.
You are cute. And you're very modest, too.
Thank you.
But when I suggested we call it Mark's
Mark
Merry
Merry
Socks,
Socks.
you said no.
I said no.
And then I said, well, why don't we go the other direction? And we'll call it Mark's Serious Socks. You said, no.
I said no.
Everything is named after John.
John. Everything about John.
And now, well, how many socks do we have?
We have 4,000 different kinds of socks. I own the world's largest stock store.
And we make our own socks. Originally, we only sold other people's socks.
Yes.
We make our own socks. And what are they called? They're called J's.
Jay.
For John.
John.
Well, folks, we want to bring a little joy, a little smile to your face
Yes,
through this podcast.
I love to be happy.
We're going to spend about a half an hour. We're going to banter. We're going to tell some jokes.
I love
Tell
so.
some stories. Actually, we got some news about telling jokes. We're going to talk about a business of the week.
Yes, we do.
We'll talk about Doggy Delights by Allison.
Dr. Delight by Allison.
And a good news story. There's good news breaking in the world of health, medicine and healthcare related to the Special Olympics.
Yes, I love President Olympics.
We're recording this. It's July 3rd.
Sponsors, and it, yes.
And that means we get to celebrate Independence Day.
Celebration, or I credit for you.
But we don't always want to be, well, hold on, we always don't want to be,
Okay.
tied to it because this won't be published as a podcast till much later. You have a question for me? Go ahead.
Yes. What episode are we on?
What episode?
And
This is
this is
season 2,
Season 2.
episode 8.
Yes.
Very good, son.
Thanks,
You're
sponsor.
keeping us on talking. We're very professional, huh?
Yes, we are.
Right. And in fact, can we ask if we could stop the noise in the background? Because we are trying to be a little professional here. And that sound will ruin the podcast. Anyway, 4th of July,
Yes, go ahead.
Fireworks.
Yes, fireworks.
fireworks. You like fireworks?
I love fireworks.
You like fireworks. We love going out, checking out fireworks. In fact, there was a time I used to buy lots of fireworks and shoot them off. Now I'm smarter. I'm safer.
Right.
Did you always like fireworks?
I do. I love fireworks.
Your whole life, did you like fireworks?
Not really. Just one thing. We went up to a family trip to Boston.
Right, when John was little,
I was little. I
he
don't like
didn't
fireworks.
really like fireworks.
I really.
And yes, it was the time we were up in Boston for the 4th of July. And we went down along the Charles River,
Yeah, we did.
watching the fireworks with the Boston Pops playing music. And John didn't like it at all.
No, we,
No. So what did we do?
my dad and I went back to the hotel and watched fireworks there.
We went back to the hotel and we were able to watch the fireworks out the window.
Yeah, and by the way,
And you liked that.
yeah, they do. And guess what?
What?
We did.
What?
Ooh, ah.
Yes, every time John watches fireworks, he goes, ooh, ah. So, long time ago,
Yes, sir.
when you were young, to
John.
buy fireworks. So we go down on Memorial Day for a family reunion camp out at the project in Mansfield, Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, sir.
And there were a couple years there. I was a little crazy. before that, like a week or two before, I would drive to Ohio and buy fireworks. I would fill up the back of the old Jeep we had, the Jeep Cherokee, with fireworks. And I'd drive all the way back to New York, load up the car with you and your brothers and mom, and then drive down to Pennsylvania for the weekend. It was a little crazy. And shoot off fireworks. It was great fun.
Yes, Dad.
And we were very careful. But, you know, you never can be too careful. Remember Brian McShane, dear old friend of mine. I miss Brian. He's passed on. I miss Brian. We're shooting these fireworks off one time, and one doesn't go off, and Brian goes over, and he's looking down the firework to see if it's okay. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my God! Dad, I want to ask you something about fireworks.
Yeah.
Baby fireworks, I came here. Oh, 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 ooh.
Okay. If you were anywhere near the tune, is that a Katy Perry song?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there was another time which was pretty funny. One of my fireworks, I forget why, I guess because I like fireworks. And in New York City, you go down to Chinatown and you can buy fireworks. So I go down to Chinatown and I see a guy who's kind of on the sidewalk and he's saying, "Oh, you need fireworks? I got fireworks." I'm like, "Okay, you got fireworks." He says, "Come with me." And he takes me down an alley and we go in a side door of a building. He takes me down a basement. We go across the basement. We come up another door and we go outside in another alley. He crosses into another building, takes me out through that building, and now we're down an alley and there's a car. And we get to the car and he pops the trunk, and the trunk is filled with fireworks. That was his store. And right after he pops the trunk, he looks at me and he says, "You're not a cop, are you?" A little late for that.
Oh, Dad, you do well thing.
Go ahead.
You really like, hey, baby, it's the 4th of July.
Yes, the old song by X.
That X.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
It's the
It's
4th
the
of
4th of
July.
July.
Yeah, that's a fun song.
I love that
A
song.
couple coming back together, a little romance in there.
I love
like
romance.
that, right? A lot of 4th of July songs. Bruce Springsteen's Independence Day.
Yes.
Bob Dylan has a song called Tears of Rage, which takes place on 4th of July, and it's really tied to Shakespeare's King Lear, yeah?
I first last one is a party in the USA.
Yes.
And fireworks too. I hate that.
Though, I know there's one thing, and you've been talking about this, you put up some social media about it. You like fireworks now, right?
I do.
But the dogs don't. There's a lot of dogs,
Right.
they go hide under beds, and you were asking, how come we can't make fireworks that dogs would like too? You'd think we could work that out.
Right. I just saw your post for that.
Yeah, well, you know, you're all talking about this. This is what we do.
Yeah, we do.
So, I'm going to change subject. Something that
Okay.
you're going to like.
Awesome.
A reporter wants to talk to us about mixing business trips with vacation or pleasure trips. And reached out and said, "Do you guys do that?" And I said, "Do we do that?" John loves to do that.
Yeah, they do.
So we get to do a lot of speaking engagements. We do keynote speaks. We travel around the country. Right? In the last 2 months, the summer is a slow season, but we've been to, where have we been to? Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. We went to Charleston, Carolina.
We went to North Carolina, right? We were also down in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We went up to Worcester, Mass, Holy Cross.
Massachusetts, yes.
We were in South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend.
You like that?
I like South Bend.
In fact, they just interviewed us on the local South Bend station
I love
about
it.
the sock design contest. Nashville,
Nashville Cats.
Nashville Cats. So we get to do this traveling, and you get there, and we always want to make sure we take care of the streets first. We're there on business, right?
Yes.
But a lot of times we'll tack on a day or two, so we get to go have fun.
Yeah, we do.
Nashville, what did we do in Nashville? What did we go see?
Oh yeah, in Nashville, Nashville Country Hall of Fame.
Went to the Country Music Hall of Fame. That was cool. You like that?
That's really fun. And we to Mother Church.
The Mother Church, the Ryman
The
Auditorium.
Ryman Auditorium.
The Johnny Cash Museum.
Say Cash!
Because John's a big Johnny Cash fan. Who's not a Johnny Cash fan? You know, the day Johnny Cash passed away, I dropped your brother Jamie off at school. And I saw the school principal. And I got out and I said, excuse me, but why aren't you flying the flag at half-mast? Because we do that sometimes to honor people when they pass away. And he looked at me and said, well, what happened? Why would we do that? I said, the man in black has passed away, Johnny Cash. And he looked at me like I had 3 heads. This was Johnny Cash, the man in black. I walked the line.
I walked the line.
I know you like that song. And Ring of Fire.
Ring, 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 on the fire.
I like the song A Man in Black, of why he wears black. But he's got a lot of fun songs.
Yeah.
Route 66.
Route 66. Oh, by the way.
And I've Been Everywhere.
We know Cash.
Who?
Dolly Parton loves Johnny Cash.
Yes, Dolly Parton loves Johnny
And
Cash.
by the way, I love a secret.
Mm-hmm.
I watched my cricket show. Dolly Parton in Honey McKenna, and she met Cash.
She did. So, we just saw Bob Dylan in concert.
Oh yeah, we saw Bob Dylan, and by the way,
Yeah.
we saw
Who?
Robert Plant
Robert Plant.
and
Alison Krauss.
Alex.
That was a revelation. They were wonderful.
It
I'm going to
was
tell you a
great.
Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan story. So, Bob Dylan, early in his career,
Yes.
he kept changing his music. And some people got upset. These folk music purists complained about it. And in those days, Johnny Cash was a big star. And Bob Dylan was this little guy in the folk circuit. Well, there used to be this magazine called Sing Out. And it was kind of, it was just put out on paper. They would print it and mimeograph it. You don't know what mimeograph is. That's before your time. But this was the folk music kind of magazine.
I love folk music.
And there were all these people upset about Bob Dylan starting to write different types of songs. And Johnny Cash, who never met Bob Dylan, wrote a letter to Sing Out, this big star.
Wow.
Saying, leave that boy alone. He's on to the right thing. He is singing the truth. And from that point on, Bob and Johnny Cash became friends. They used to go fishing together. And then they recorded some together. Later, they recorded a song. They did Girl from the North Country.
The North Country.
Well, yeah, that's the song. I used to sing that to you when you were just a baby.
I was.
Because I didn't know any nursery rhymes, so I sang you Bob Dylan songs.
And I know that it really inspired me.
Anyway, we were talking about travel and vacation. Corpus Christi, we spent extra time there, down along the coast. We went to the aquarium.
I am with you.
You like that?
I love Corpus Christi. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I love Corpus Christi. I know from there.
Yeah.
Selena.
Oh, Selena, right?
And do you see
Next
the
time we
movie?
go, we'll go to the museum. No, I haven't seen the movie. I know you're a big fan.
I'm a big fan. I really want to see the museum.
We'll do that. There was the time we were in Edmonton, and you wanted to go an extra day because you wanted to go to the giant mall they had, the biggest mall in the world.
Mall. Oh, wow.
And they had an indoor amusement park and big pool.
And a wine park.
You like that?
I love it.
Yes, you've done that. We've extended trips when we've been up in Boston.
Yes, and we did.
We do it when we're on Cape Cod. We're going back up for the Kennedy Foundation again, the Cape
I'm
Venture.
really excited about Cape Cod. I love Cape.
And then we go spend time with our friends Paul and Ann.
Yes.
So it's good to try to mix, that travel when we get to travel. We're very fortunate to get to travel. To mix that with some fun, too.
Yeah.
Got to get a good balance. But you have a lot of fun at work anyway, don't you?
I am.
Yeah, they used to say about James Brown, he was the hardest working man in showbiz.
Dick Dad.
John is the hardest working man in sockdom.
I am traveling this week.
I know you are. Where are you going?
I'm going to Cleveland, Ohio.
What are you going out there for?
I'm visiting my grandmother, my mom, my fun, hilarious, pitiful mom, mother,
Mamo.
Mama,
You're going to see her,
at Swanfield, Ohio.
right? And that you're really looking forward to that, aren't you?
Yes, and by the way,
Yeah,
it makes me really happy.
yeah.
I've got your ball game.
Oh, and you and your mom, when you're out there, you're going to a Cleveland Guardian game to see the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, I love San Francisco Giants.
Because your friend Wilmer Flores is on it.
Yes,
Plays the
Wilmer
Giants.
Flores.
Though he's out injured right now. I don't know if he'll be back by Saturday.
I know.
Yeah, you'll miss that. It's good, you and Mom going to see Mamo. There's a little sadness. She has Alzheimer's.
Yes.
So she doesn't know, not remembering things, may not recognize you. But she'll smile.
Yes.
And just you and your mom being there will make her feel good.
I'm really excited to see Mama.
And Alzheimer's is, it's a growing issue here in our country as we have an aging population and more people develop Alzheimer's, but it's particularly concerning for people with Down syndrome, and you with Down syndrome. Because it turns out most people with Down syndrome, almost all, develop Alzheimer's at some point. So you're doing a lot to change that. Right? We do advocacy work. We've met with members of Congress to try to make sure there's research dollars put in. You've enrolled now in a second medical study.
I do.
You like doing that?
I love it.
You like that a lot.
I do.
I like you getting a big needle.
Oh, big small needle. I did wait for you.
But you're doing that. We have some of our charity partners, particularly the Lumines group, which organizes research around Alzheimer's. We have our Forget-Me-Not socks that remind people about Alzheimer's, and patients out of families like wearing those. And they raise money. We donate money. 10% of those socks go to Lumines. And you know what's on the page for those socks at our website? A picture of you and Mama.
Me and Mama.
You like that, huh?
I love Mama so much.
I know you do, John. But that'll be a good weekend, you and your mom on the road again.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
You're big on road trips, aren't you?
I do. I made a list.
You made a list
The whole weekend.
of all the things. So this is one of the reasons why when we travel, we get to do all this vacation type stuff. Because, John, you're always doing research.
I did.
Finding places we should go, restaurants we should eat at, sites we should see. You like doing that.
Yes, it did.
You like-
I make a whole list.
You like traveling. And you're a very good traveler.
Thank you.
Very relaxed.
And I really relaxing.
Yeah.
And make my mom really relax.
Yeah.
I gotta drive.
You're going to drive. Yeah. That would keep her awake. That's a scary notion. You do drive. You can't drive my car. You do drive me crazy. You drive me around the bend. You drive me to drink. You drive me over the edge. But you're not driving my car.
I gotta towards the music.
Well, yeah, so you and your mom, you do a little bonding, and you can bond over music, maybe. That'd be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she wants to hear some Katy Perry, and who else do you listen to nowadays?
I listen to Katy Perry, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, well, who doesn't like Stevie Wonder?
And the best song Stevie Wonder,
Yeah?
Superstition.
Superstition, you like that song? That's a very good song. That
It
was
is very
That's
good.
a good album, but he's got a lot of great music. Stevie Wonder is a treasure.
As he sings Faith with on the Grande.
Oh, he sings a song with Ariana Grande?
Yeah, called Faith.
Faith, okay. Well, that's nice. Get some duos out there, and she can introduce him to her audience. One of the things, I think your brothers appreciate this, all art, whether or not it's high art, high-end painting, classical music, or pop art, like rock and roll or popular music, it's all a comment on what's come before. So you listen to somebody and say, oh, that's brand new. Yeah, but there's some roots that it's all tied to. You go back and you just have to understand that it's like part of a river. It all just keeps flowing together. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. I really, the best popular song,
Yeah.
Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
That's the best song.
The best song. And she kills it. And the best part,
Yeah.
she kills it at the Grammys.
Well, let me tell you a few things about Miley Cyrus. I like her music. You know who she has learned a lot from? And this is a good thing. Okay? She's learned from singers like Linda Ronstadt,
Yeah.
Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, but also rock and rollers too.
Yeah, and she sang with Bob Dylan songs.
She has sung some Bob Dylan songs. She sang a song called You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When I Go on a tribute album they put out to raise money for Special Olympics.
Wow.
You know, there's a singer that I know has had to listen to. There used to be a band out of LA called Lone Justice. And the lead singer, Maria McKee, would kind of mix country and rock and roll. And I'm sure Miley Cyrus has listened to her.
Yeah.
And we always build on what's come out of the past.
Yeah.
Like we were talking before about Bob Dylan.
Right.
Particularly early in his career, he was copying Woody Guthrie.
Right.
Right? You get all these influences.
That is she incredible.
Right, it's very cool.
And you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Our new album,
New album.
really good.
Yeah.
Beyonce has a new album.
Yes.
All about country.
She's got a country album too. We're all going country. You should listen to a song, an old song by Barbara Mandrell. I was country when country wasn't cool. All right, let's turn to some of our usual subjects, our regular subjects.
Yes.
First thing we like to do, we always like to share a good news story around people with different
I love
abilities.
the news story.
And you do a lot of research, and you had a great story this week.
I did.
But I'm jumping ahead because I think this is a really important story, and it's one that's connected to you. So, diabetes. Millions of people in the United States develop diabetes, and there's two types of diabetes. Type 1, you're born with. Type 2, you get over time. Some of it is hereditary, but it also is tied to obesity, being overweight, or inactivity. And diabetes can be very dangerous. What happens is your body's not able to manage the blood sugar levels in your body. And it can lead to heart problems, to strokes, to blindness. It can be very scary. Well, it turns out that people with different abilities are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than the general population. But here's the good news. They just finished a study. It's been published by the National Institute for Health. We put the link down below. That found that people who participate in the Special Olympics are less likely to develop diabetes. It reduces by 15% the likelihood of developing diabetes. You know what that means?
What does it mean?
That means the Special Olympics is saving people's lives.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that good news?
Yes.
That's another wonderful reason to support the Special Olympics. Keeping you active. You're a Special Olympic athlete.
I am.
What sports do you play?
I play basketball, track and field, soccer, explosive, and also makes me really happy.
Right.
My dad is a coach explosive.
I am. I'm your coach. And your
That
brother
makes me happy.
Jamie's going to be coaching this year too.
Yeah, the basketball.
And he's going to pick up basketball. But see
I'm
what it
excited.
is? You're so active in Special Olympics, that would help fend off diabetes.
Really? I do like that.
So that's the good news.
That's good.
That's good.
I just really great.
Okay, and our business of the week
Yes.
is a long friend of yours.
Yeah,
A
good
business
friend.
we've admired for a long time. It's Doggy Delight,
Delight by Allison.
Allison Fogarty, who now lives in Florida, but she moved there not too long ago, a few years ago, I think. Now, here's the thing. She had this disease when she was younger. For 2 years, she couldn't eat any food or liquids.
Really? I knew about that,
And
right?
she couldn't do much. And you know what she did?
She
She would
did?
watch a lot of TV. And she would watch the Rachel Ray Show.
Wow.
And she learned how to make fresh treats for dogs.
Wow.
And now she sells them. Isn't that a great story?
That's amazing. I love that.
You can go online and buy them, and if that is, we've done things. We've included her treats in our Down syndrome super box.
Yes.
We like to promote, this business because look at what Allison did.
That is
She
so
took
cool.
what could have been debilitating for some and turned it into something positive.
That is so cool. Allison showing possibilities, and she's showing a impact.
Awesome.
Amazing.
It's really wonderful. So go check out Doggy Delights by Allison. Get some wonderful dog treats. You're going to be happy you did. Your dogs are going to love it. You're going to love giving it to your dog.
I'm gonna love it too.
Right, Arlo? We've gotten some up here. We'll get some more for Arlo. That'll be good. Arlo is Jamie, your brother's
In my
dog.
brother's dog.
Okay, and it's that time of night. That time of the show. For our jokes.
That was sucks.
Now, you want to tell the jokes first?
Yes.
Go ahead, tell the jokes
Mine
first.
really funny one.
You have really funny ones. Let's hear them.
What did the grill say to the burger?
What did the grill say to the burger?
You're looking hot today.
You're looking hot today. Okay.
How do you fix a broken barbecue?
How do you fix a broken barbecue?
With a spare rib.
With a spoon.
What did the chicken call the police at the barbecue?
Why did the chicken call the police at the barbecue?
Because it was being grilled.
It was being grilled.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the barbecue on the other side.
You've solved the mystery. We now know why the chicken crossed the road.
Oh, Baba, that
Yeah.
my theme is a barbecue.
I could see. I love your themes.
I tell you about barbecue.
Yes.
Moa is full of slide. Everyone having a barbecue.
Oh, and you have your socks of the week?
I'm gonna talk about it later.
Well, you can talk about them now. Go ahead.
I got those are the suck of the week are the fireworks.
So those of you listening to the podcast, it is a blue sock with red trim, and you get fireworks exploding all over it. And you designed this sock, didn't you?
Yes, Dad.
This is one of our socks.
And guess what, Dad?
What?
Tomorrow I am wearing it.
You're going to wear it. That's
Tomorrow.
great. Today, are you still wearing your shark socks?
I am.
We were interviewed on the Shockpreneur podcast with Seth Green.
Suck it.
So John, who's always prepared, wore shark socks for the Shockpreneur interview.
Yeah, Dad.
Okay, I got some jokes too. Well, it was raining. There was a long drought in the forest, and then the rains came. And all the animals were happy. All of the animals except the kangaroo. And the animals got together and went to the kangaroo and said, "Why aren't you happy?" Oh, she says, "Because now that it's raining, all the kids are going to be playing inside." Okay, here's kind of a borderline joke. There was an attorney representing a very wealthy art collector, and he called his client and he said, "Joe, I have some good news and I have some bad news." Well, the art collector said, "Joe," he said, "Well, I've had a bad day. Let me hear the good news first." And the lawyer said, "Well, I met with your wife today, and she told me that she invested $5,000 for a few pictures. And 2 of those pictures she thinks will bring a minimum of $15 to $20 million. And I looked at the pictures, and Joe, I think she's right." Well, Joe was really happy about this. He said, "Well done. My wife is a brilliant businesswoman. You've just made my day. Now I can handle the bad news." "What's the bad news?" "Well, the pictures are of you and your secretary."
Oh.
Okay, I got another one. A variation of a joke we told before. So, a Buddhist goes to a hot dog vendor and says, "Make me one with everything." But he wants a tofu hot dog. And the vendor says, okay. And he gets him a tofu hot dog with everything. And the Buddhist hands him a $20 bill. And the vendor takes the money and begins helping the next customer. And the Buddhist says he's kind of puzzled, and he says to the vendor, where is my change? And the vendor replies, all change comes from within. Okay, I got another one ready for the times. So the wife and I, your mom and I, we were taking a long leisurely drive out around the country, and I pulled the car over to get some gas and check the tires. And she was not happy because the gas station was charging money to fill the tires. And she said, why do they do that to charge for air? I said, inflation. Okay, one more. Two campers were walking through the woods. And all of a sudden, they come around a bend and they see this huge brown bear. This giant grizzly bear. It's about 50 feet in front of them. And the bear sees the two campers and starts heading their way. The first guy, he drops down, takes out his backpack, and he takes his hiking boots off and puts his sneakers on, and he's tying them up. And the second guy looks at him and says, what are you doing? You're not going to be able to outrun that bear. And the first guy says, I don't have to outrun that bear. I just have to outrun you. Cracks you right up, doesn't it, John? So we got to tell you something here. We've been doing this show now for more than 4 years.
Yeah, we do.
And every show, you've been telling jokes.
Yes.
So John had a brilliant idea. John's got a lot of brilliant ideas.
Thank you.
He said we should get all those jokes together and make what?
I gotta make a book. I got a big book. I gotta write all the jokes.
John's giant joke book. Is there a better way to spread happiness than John's giant joke book? All clean jokes, no cursing, no nudity. Nothing offensive like that, no political jokes. So, but we're sending word out. If you've got a joke that you'd like to be in John's joke book, send it in to us. Send it to us. You could post it here as a comment, or send it to service@johnscrazysocks.com. And if we put your joke in the book, we will give you credit. We'll make you joke famous.
Joke famous.
Yes. So keep your eyes out. You know, we're still working on this book. It'll be a while before it hits public, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Dad.
All right, buddy. We're kind of wrapping it up here.
Yeah, Dad.
We hope we put a smile on your face.
Yes.
Did you put a smile on people's face?
I did. I just did it right now.
You just did with your jokes?
Yeah.
They're still laughing.
And still laughing.
They're still laughing. So, hey, listen. We hope you like this podcast. We have a couple of requests. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Give us a positive review. Go on to Apple Podcasts or Shopify or Spotify and give us that thumbs up. John likes that. He reads them all the time. Also, subscribe. That way you get a regular download. Get a little dose of happiness. And tell somebody else. That sound good?
Yeah, Dad.
All right, people. And if you want to find what about John and John's Crazy Socks, where can you go?
I'll go at johnscrazysocks.com.
And we'll check out all our social media. We obviously, some people are listening to us here on Facebook, but you're on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. You're all over the place.
Yeah, Dad.
Just look for John's Crazy Socks.
Dad.
Yeah?
I put the app on TikTok.
Yeah?
One artist named Kesha. TikTok,
Yes.
TikTok.
Go to TikTok, you get more of that. All right. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Casey. I love you, Dad.
Okay, hey.